everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Myra Lorraine. Thank you guys again for stopping in. I appreciate it, and I know I say that all the time, but it's because I really do, and I want to let you guys know about it. So let's get started with this video. This one, as you saw by the title, is I've come to the end of the hashtag 2018 Make 9 challenge, and boy oh boy, was it a challenge for me. It was a big challenge, but one that I definitely enjoyed doing, and I learned a little bit about myself by doing so as well. But first up, let me just show you the last two pieces of the challenge that I put on my list. Actually, what I should do first is I should go back and review the ones that I actually did first. And so what I'll do is I'll pop up pictures of all the ones that I did previously. Now, first, before I pop up that first one, let me just tell you my reason for doing this was I found a lot of times that by the end of the year, I'd look back and see what I sewed, and there were a lot of things that I wish I had sewn during the summer, during the spring, during fall, winter, and they never got done. So this year I said, well, let me join this challenge because it's a good way to make sure I get the pieces in my wardrobe that I know I wanted to get in there. So that's how I started it. And so these pieces on here, I think two of them actually changed. I replaced two items on here, but that's because those were the two that I knew I would need during the year. So I went ahead and I added those on here, and I switched out some that weren't really needed. So first up is Mccall's 7621. Now this was a top that I did, and I think it was my first piece that I actually did, yeah. And I have to tell you, I don't wear that top much anymore. I liked it, but when I first made it, it had the cold shoulders, the V-neck, and it had the choker. And I didn't like it. It was too much. It was too busy going on. So I removed the choker and just left it V-neck with the cold shoulder. That I like and I wore. The only reason I don't wear it too much anymore is because I needed to lengthen it. It was a little short for me, and that was no problem for the actual pattern. So next up is one that was a inspiration from a catalog. And I'll post a picture of it up here too. Now this picture I saw, I can't remember what catalog I saw it in now. I think it was Venus, or no, I think it was Boston Proper. That's what it was. And I saw this outfit and I just absolutely loved it. But I have to remember sometimes when I'm seeing pictures like this and you look at things and you say, oh, I like that and it might look good on me. I liked it and I thought it was pretty, but it didn't quite work for my body. And I posted pictures of me in this outfit up here. While it was cute and everything, I would remake it, but I think I would change the material for the blouse. Because if you look at the inspiration photo, that blouse is a little bit softer. I used a cotton, almost like a cotton poplin or a cotton, and it was a little too stiff for this look. I needed something that was a little more flowy, like a rayon challis. I think that would have worked better. Now the leggings, I absolutely love. I really do. So that one was a win. Okay, next up is the Blackwood Cardigan. I made not one, but two of these. And while I really do like this jacket, I didn't have any problems putting it together, loved it. And I made the two of them. But the first one was a little bit long for my liking, and the short version, as you see here pictured in the line drawing, was too short for my taste too. So what I did was when I made the second one, I made the second one shorter, and that was perfect. Okay, next up is the, what is this called? And I'll put pictures of these patterns up here. It's the Gallery Tunic by Lysol and Company. Now, this one I actually made a first one, and I made it in a kind of like a knit with not very much stretch. And I think this pattern actually calls for a woven, not a knit. but I wanted something softer. Well, the first one was way too big. I mean, way too big. And I actually went down like 3 sizes to make this second one, and that one worked. I'm still wearing that one. Love this one here in gold. It's just really pretty. I do love this top pattern. I shortened the sleeves. I made the sleeves, as you can see, shorter than what they call for here on the pattern. But I do love this top. The Lysol and Company Gallery Tunic is a nice one if you're looking for interest in that one. And that's because some of these are, as you notice, casual type clothes. That's what I need in my wardrobe, because I think there was a challenge out there about sew frosting or something like that. And a lot of people, you know, had a lot of cake in their closet and they need to sew frosting. Well, I was the exact opposite. I had a lot of frosting, or still do have a lot of frosting in my closet, and I need more cake. And the reason is I was, you know, taking vacation, so I'd have like fancy dresses for dinners, you know, during vacation, or I had work suits that I wore a lot, work attire, which was office professional, and hardly any casual clothes. I'd come home, put on my pajamas, basically, that was it. So that's why I said I need more casual clothes, and that's what you're seeing in my Make 9 projects. So next one up is Hot Patterns, and it is, I think it was a free pattern. This was a while back. It's a free pattern, Hot Patterns, and by the way, all of the links to each one of these patterns, except for the inspiration photo, actually no, I take that back. The inspiration photo, I did use a pattern for that one. I'll put that one in there as well. I'll put the pattern up here for the leggings and for the top. And I'll put all of the information that I use for all of these patterns in the description box below. And again, next up, this free pattern from Hot Patterns. It's called the Peachy Beachy Poolside Cover Up. And I'm reading my notes here from everything that I had on my Make 9 that's now crossed off. But this Hot Patterns cover up is a beach cover up, which is one of 2 that I wanted to make. And that's because I am going to be going on vacation pretty soon, and I will need that. I do live in Florida, so it is relatively warmer here than it is in some of the places where you guys are right now. So this kind of clothes I can still wear. But this, I love this material. I actually found this material at a place here locally, and it's called Jay's Fabric Center. I'll put their information here too, and in the description box. But they have this, and it's really pretty gold. They had it in a silver too, and I didn't realize that until I went back a second time. But I would have gotten the silver first. But this gold just caught my eye when I was there, and it was really pretty. So I made this beach cover up. I cannot wait until I can wear this thing on vacation. I am really looking forward to it, and it turned out really well. Didn't have any problems working with the pattern whatsoever. Loved it. Okay, next up is something a little different. It is one of my favorite pattern companies. I have quite a few patterns of Kenneth. Kenneth is the owner of Itch to Stitch, and I have quite a few of her patterns. I've never had any problems with her patterns, and the instructions, putting them together, the fit, everything that I've gotten from her, I've liked, and I've never had a problem with it. Well, there's a first time for everything, and that is what I'm going to talk to. That is my actually second to last make. I think what I'm going to do is hold the last 2 for the last. I'm going to go with my next one, which is the Santa Fe top by Hey June. That one, and I'm sorry to skip around, but it just dawned on me, I'm going to save the last 2 on this sheet for the ones that you see behind me. But the Santa Fe top by Hey June, I did this one, and I did 2 of these as well. And I have to say, the tops fit me. The pattern went together super well. Didn't have any problem with the instructions whatsoever. They were relatively quick to make because, as I stated, I made 2 of them. And I don't know if I have a picture of both of them. I will put one up here. One was a peach, gray, and black. contrast, and the other was red, white, and blue contrast, and that's the one that I don't know if I still have a picture of because I didn't like either of them on me. They turned out very nice, they fit me very well, but I didn't like the style on me. Not sure why, I just didn't. But so for me, they were a fail only because the style didn't suit me, not because of the pattern. Pattern is great, may look awesome on, you know, someone else, but it just didn't work for me. So those two I probably won't have. At least the peach gray and black one is the one that I still have remaining right now, but I may be donating that one. Okay, and of course, next up, ginger jeans. Of course, I had to make another pair of my beloved ginger jeans. Now, I did make this pair here during this challenge, and I really like them. I wear them all the time. They're a little different with the little gold stripe on the back of the pants, but I do like them because ginger jean is one that's easy for me to make because I've made, this is the 6th pair, and I still have 3 pair cut out that I've not made yet. I have one in a khaki color, gray, and a black that I have not cut out yet. I mean, I'm sorry, they're cut out, but I've not sewn up yet. So ginger jean is one of it is my favorite jean so far to go to. I've made, I think, 2 other types, an Eleanor, and I think I made the mountain pull-on, which I really love those too. But yes, the ginger jean is a favorite of mine, and that one was made during this challenge. Okay, and now we're down to our last 2. So I'm going to go with this, the second to the last, and that is the Beausoleil Itch to Stitch Beausoleil top. And it can be a dress too. Put the pattern up here so you can see it. When I saw this on Kenneth, who is modeling this, she's the owner, she's modeling this top. That looked gorgeous on her. I just thought, oh my gosh, it's so classic, it's so pretty. You know, and I think that's something that might suit my body style. And I'm still on a cusp for it. This turned out a fail, and I'll tell you why. It had nothing to do with the pattern. I love this pattern. It is beautiful. It sewed up very nicely. There was a couple of things just on my taste that I didn't care for, but I'd have to figure out how to get around that. But the way she designed this is just absolutely gorgeous. Like everything else she designs, it works out really beautifully. Well, I'm going to talk to you about what happened. First off, I'll bring it up here. It's this one right here. The fabric that I selected, and I'll bring it up so you can see a little bit closer. The fabric that I selected was a rayon. It's a rayon, what they call rayon crepe-on. And it's a rayon, like a rayon challis, so it's a really lightweight, super lightweight, and it worked really well. Sorry, I got some makeup on there when I was trying it on. It sewed relatively well because this crepe-on, while it's a woven, it doesn't have stretch, but because of the lightweightness of it and the way the textures of the woven fabrics are, you have to be careful. It will stretch out of shape, so you have to work very easily with it, and that was one of my issues with it. Secondly, the biggest issue that made this a water for me is Kenneth has a lot of ease built into this pattern, and my mistake was not paying attention to the amount of ease that she had by looking at the finished garment measurements. I actually made this in a size that I normally select for myself for knits. So I went down a size, only because I was looking at the size measurements that she had just for the size of the garment, not looking at the finished garment measurements. Well, when I first tried it on, and I'm going to bring a picture up here of you so you can see how I looked in it before I made any changes. Oh my gosh, I just said this is not the way it looked on her. And, you know, not to mention she has a gorgeous little body anyways, but it just didn't fit right. Though, as you can see, the waistline where it was supposed to hit is way too low. It's way too big on me. The arms are really droopy. The band is very big. So what I did was I went back to my sewing machine, and underneath the armhole, you know, from here all the way down the side seam, I went to try and take it in, and I did. I took it in about a good 3 inches, because it was 1.5 inch on each side. So the second picture you're seeing up here now is of me in it after I made the fitting change, and it's still too big. As you can see, I would actually have to take this apart to make it fit me better, like it's supposed to fit me, because that waistline where you see the bodice is attached to the sort of kind of a slight peplum is way too low on me, way too low. It should be up probably about a good 3 inches higher. So that was problem number one. And on the back, you'll see the back photo, she has strips, not strips, but she has pattern pieces for interfacing for the zipper. Well, those pattern pieces are a little too wide for this fabric, which is semi see-through. You could actually see the interfacing on my body as I, you know, turn around here and show you in the back. You can see the interfacing on the zipper, and that was a big no-no. I didn't like that at all, and I should have thought about that before I ironed it on. I should have just cut it. And so with this one, I'm afraid it's a fail. Not because of the pattern, but because of, you know, me not paying attention. Will I make this one again? Probably, but I will definitely make a note on there of the things that I need to pay attention to the next time I make this, because I really do like the style of it. I think it would be really cute if it were made properly to fit my body. So that's it. And I wanted to show you guys that not all of us who have some experience with sewing always do the right thing all the time. As you can see, we have waters too. We have mistakes that end up either being donated or trashed. So that's it. So now for my last one. This is the second of the 2 beach cover-ups I told you that I mentioned I wanted for this year because I'm going on vacation. Well, for this one, I selected Mccall's 7686. Now, I made this previously in a top. It was a black top with a flowered, and I love that top. Oh my gosh, it was so cute. So I thought, well, that would make a good cover-up if I just removed the sleeves and added that little flounce. So that's exactly what I did, and I'll bring this one up over here. Now, the other one, I'm sorry, that fabric over there, the crayfon, all of that information will be down below. That fabric was actually purchased from By the Yard Fabrics, Fabric Select Incorporated. But I'll put that information up here, and I'll put it down below in the description box for you all. Now, I just want to show you this one. I love this little dress. I know it's a little white dress, and some of you guys are probably having winter time right now. You're probably going, what the heck is she doing with, you know, this white dress? But for me, and I don't know why my lights are not working. So you guys got to excuse me here. It looks like I'm so dark. I'll get it straightened up for you guys. Anyways, you're probably thinking, what in the heck is she doing with a white dress, you know, here in the winter time? But I will be in Caribbean weather, so this will be quite okay. And I'm actually going to make a swimsuit to go underneath this. That's gonna be a tube top, so it won't show on the top of this. But this is just a fitted dress, and I'll show you what the dress looks like on me. And I did a little Caribbean theme for you guys. But I love this little dress. That pattern goes together so easy. This can be made in probably, oh my gosh, I would just think maybe an hour and a half. I did it over a couple of days, just a little bit here and there, only because I had some other things I had to do. But if I sat down to do this right away, I probably could crank it out in an hour. That's how easy it is. Because it was only the front, the back piece, and this flounce. That's it. Because what you do is this attaches to the top of the, I don't know why I can't get that out, you guys. This attaches to the top of the dress. And then you just, actually I had to figure this out because I don't think they had one that had the sleeves out. Oh yes, they did, but it was a one shoulder. But all I did, which I'll bring it up here so I can show you, is underneath, I just turned under and stitched that. And you just do that and your side seams, and then you make a track, as you can see, a track for the elastic that you're going to put in there. And you attach the flounce to the dress. You attach the flounce to the dress, and then you put the elastic through there. That's it. And that baby is done. And this is something I can slip on real quick over my swimsuit and still look nice, even though I have a swimsuit on. So this was my second one, and it was also kind of nostalgic too, because I had a white dress long ago when I was lots of pounds lighter and a lot of years younger, and my husband loved me in that white dress. Never had one since then. So I decided, well, we're going on vacation. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to surprise him with a little white dress again. And so the beach cover-up was the best one. And you know, we can walk around, you know, on vacation. And that's why I did my little vacation look for you guys. Walk around and he can see me in this white dress, and it serves as a bathing suit cover-up. So perfect. And it is nice. I think I'm going to make me a few more of these, maybe in some prints and some other colors, because it felt good to have on. It's just a sweet, comfortable little dress. And I could even do it shorter. Right now, this one, I'll bring another picture up so that you can see, is a little above my knees, but it can even be shorter than that if you want it, or you can do it all the way to the ground. It's just really beautiful. I extended this because the pattern, let me get the pattern here. The pattern itself doesn't have a dress on it. And all I did was I extended it 12 inches below the hem. I just went straight down 12 inches below the hem. And then I still had to hem it back up. And all that was super easy to do. So you could do the same thing if you wanted this in a maxi, just extend it out further and make yourself a maxi. But this thing is so nice to wear. And I'm not a ruffle lady, but I love this flounce. This looks really good, and I like it a lot. So I will make a couple more of these. But that was the last piece for my hashtag 2018 Make 9. And I have to say to you, let me bring it up so you can see me well. I do like during the challenge. It has been a learning experience for me, because one of the things is it forced me to get the things done during the year that I knew I wanted to have in my wardrobe. And I said I wasn't going to do it again next year because I've already done it once, but I take that back. I am going to do the if they do the hashtag 2019 Make 9, and I do believe I saw it gearing up to get prepared for next year, I'm definitely going to do it. As a matter of fact, over the holiday, I'm going to sit down and decide what my 9 pieces will be for next year, because this has been so great for me to make sure I got the pieces in there. Even though I lost a few of them, they didn't work out. I'm going to be a little more careful in picking the styles for my body, and a lot more careful with paying attention to the patterns, especially the finished garment measurements. So you guys, if you have any questions for me on my hashtag Make 9, please leave them in the comments below. I love answering you guys' questions. And if I don't know the answer, there's so many wonderful people in our sewing community. I can find the answer for you or lead you to another person, another wonderful person. So that's it. And thank you all again for hanging in there with me and watching, you know, everything I did for Make 9. Okay, it's time to move on and show you my next video. So with that said, I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.